I know many of you, like myself, have had your eye on the Coach Times Square Tabby, but you've had some trouble deciding whether you'd be interested in the size 20 or in the size 26. I've told you, in my opinion, the 20 is a little too small, and some of you have told me that you think the 26 is too big. And I haven't seen any videos on YouTube comparing these two sizes. So this is the comparison we've all been waiting for. I will compare the sizes, what fits, the color options, and we'll do mod shots. I'll also compare these with a few other bags that you may be familiar with to give you a better sense of the size of each of them. And by comparing these two bags, I hope that you'll gain a better understanding of which size would work best for you, especially since Coach doesn't have the size 26 available to see in most stores. Also, if you love this green, which Coach never even made available on their website. They had it listed but as sold out from the very beginning. It is currently available from a different seller, so I'm going to have that linked in the description box below, as well as the size 26 and anything else I mention in this video that's available. And welcome, I'm Autumn Beckman, and I'm here to help you live your most luxurious life within your budget. I post new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those, and so you don't miss my daily community posts where I share the best sales of the day and fabulous handbags that I find. Also, don't miss my website, autumnbeckman.com. It will be linked in the description box below. That's where I have things available for sale like handbags and accessories, as well as the My Handbag Collection Organizer, which I designed to help you organize and curate a collection of your most treasured items. This is the front and the back of the item tracker page, which is the heart of that planner. That's where you can record everything you'd want to know about your handbags and small goods. And stay tuned, because at some point in the coming weeks, I'm going to have a very big vlog sale, and all those items will be available on my website. And I have one quick favor to ask of you, especially those of you who have been watching for a while. I'm playing around with some different camera angles here, different setups since I'm in this new office. This is only the second video I've filmed in here. So let me know what you think of this setup versus this one where I unboxed the Times Square Tabby in the forest green, and tell me which of these setups you prefer. Now let's get started comparing these two bags. We have here the Times Square Tabby in the 20 centimeter and the Times Square Tabby in the 26 centimeter. There is one more size, which is the 17 centimeter, which is smaller than this. That's not a size I was ever interested in because I thought the 20 was already a bit too small for me. But if you are interested in a comparison between the 20 and the 17, there are some videos on that on YouTube. Besides the size of these bags, there is one other big factor that affects people's decision on which one to get, and that is the colors that they're available in. The TST, Times Square Tabby, in the 20 size is available in 5 different colors: black, chalk, merlot, dark navy, and this forest green, whereas the size 26 is only available in black. And before I saw both of these sizes or colors in person, I was thinking that the best bag for me would probably be the 26 in the forest green. And I hesitated buying either of these because I wondered if Coach might release the 26 in other colors later this year. So far, I have not heard anything about that. And I've also noticed that these bags, other than the green, have not sold out on the Coach website. They were released about a month ago and they're all still available, which tells me that maybe they are not the big seller that Coach was hoping they might be. And that would tell me that they would likely not be releasing them in other colors, but I certainly can't say that for sure. Now let's compare sizes. First, the dimensions. In inches, the 20 centimeter is 7.75 inches across, 6.5 inches high, and 2.5 inches deep. The 26 centimeter is 10.25 inches across, 8 inches high, and 3.5 inches deep. It's actually a little more than that, but it's not quite 3.75. Here are the two bags next to each other. Now, some of you saw that I unboxed the size 20 last week. If you missed that, I will link that video in the description box below. And at that point, I told you I wasn't sure if I would keep this bag because I was worried it was a little too small, and I was really curious about the size 26, which I hadn't seen yet in person. I was so torn about this one that I really needed to order this 26 so I could see them together and make a decision. And I tell you, when I opened the 26, like I said, some of you told me it was too big. It was so much bigger than I was expecting. You can see here that there's a huge size difference between the two. So there's the front. Here's a comparison of the sides. And then here are the bottoms, and I always say I find it most helpful to compare the bottoms of the bag. For some reason, that really gives me an idea of how much bigger or smaller one thing is compared to the other. And you can tell there is just a huge difference here. One of the things that struck me right away is that even the big C on the front of the bag is quite a bit larger on the size 26 than it is on the 20. The quilting is also proportionately larger on the 26. And due to that, I'm not sure how well this will show up because of my lighting, but in person, the deflated quilting on the size 20 to me is more defined than on the 26. In terms of the features on the outsides of the bag, they're identical. So front again, the sides you have the hang tags, you have 2 straps. The backs you both have that big magnetic back pocket. I'll show you on the 26 here. So there's a magnet right in the middle, and then it's just a textile interior. We have the same type of closure. Both bags right here say genuine Napa leather. And the bags have almost identical interiors, but there are 2 noticeable differences. On the size 20, you have 2 compartments. This front one is the largest one, and it's just one big open compartment. That's divided in the middle here with just a divider. Textile interior, it has leather trim, and then this back pocket, there's nothing on that side of it. But on this side, you have the story patch and you have this zippered compartment. And I've mentioned that that's one of my problems with this bag is that zippered compartment. It's not just a zipper that's on the side of that compartment. That zipper, unfortunately, takes up space and it makes it more difficult to get in and out of that back compartment. On the size 26, however, you still have 2 compartments. That first one up front is still the larger one and there's nothing going on in there. But one of the differences, the divider here is a zipped compartment this time, not just a divider. When you open that, you have a textile lined interior and the dust bag is in there. And when we look at that back compartment, there is no zipper because you have it in the divider, but you do have something else. And I like this layout a lot better because of this. On that back wall where the story patch is, you see there's a little snap above it. That's because it has a full-size slip pocket in the back, which takes up less space in the back, and it helps that that compartment is so much bigger than on the smaller size anyway. But I just think that is a much better layout. And the zipped compartment here, you have a lot more space in than you do on the 20 because it's not against the back wall of the bag too. On both bags, you get the shorter, slightly adjustable shoulder strap, which has the leather upper and the chain with leather woven through it. We're getting very Chanel vibes from these bags. Both bags also have the full leather crossbody strap, also adjustable. Now, to help give you an idea of the size of these bags, let me show them next to a few bags that you may be familiar with from Coach and other brands. The first bag that the size 20 makes me think of in Coach's history is, of course, the Cassie. And this is the original size Cassie. Again, this Tabby is 20 centimeters long. This Cassie is 24 centimeters. I'll do some little side-by-side comparisons here. I'll tell you right now, I wish that they had done a size of this Tabby between the 20 and the 26. And I think that the 24 would have been the perfect size. Why didn't they do that? They know how popular the Cassie was. So here they are, very similar in a lot of ways. Here are the sides, again, very similar. And the bases, and again, here is where you can really see the difference in the size best. They're so similar, but the layout is really different. The Cassie, if you're not familiar, it's very much like the Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis. It has 3 compartments, but it's one big compartment. Hard to see there. There's one big compartment, and then 2 really thin compartments on either side of that big one. This makes it a lot more user-friendly, in my opinion, than the interior of the Times Square Tabby, where you have one main compartment that's divided in half. I feel like it's harder to fit things in the Tabby than it is in the Cassie because of the way they designed the compartment layout. And then here's the 26 centimeter Tabby next to the Cassie. You can tell it's quite a bit larger. The sides and the Cassie is on top here. And I just want to compare the size 26 to a couple of bags since this is the more difficult bag to see in person. First, I'll compare that to my Chanel reissue in the 227 size. So there they are side by side. There are the sides of them. And the bases, you can tell that the 227 is a little bit longer than the 26. But I think these are fairly comparable in size. The Chanel bag, by the way, is 31 centimeters across the bottom. And I wanted to do one more Coach comparison to the 26 that I think might be surprising, and that is to the Rogue 30. Here they are side by side, and the sides of the two bags, and the bases of the two bags. I feel like a lot of people are familiar with the size of the Rogue 30, so I hope that that was helpful, even though they are very different bags. But hopefully it helps give you an idea of the size of the 26. And now let's see what fits in the 20 versus the 26. I did a what fits already of the 20 in the unboxing of the 20, but we definitely need to compare the capacity of these two. I think there's going to be a huge difference. And if you're fairly new to my channel, the way I do what fits is not stuffing each bag to see how much fits. It's more taking some pieces that a lot of you are familiar with the size of and seeing which of those pieces fit inside the bags and which don't. So I have this pochette accessoire from Louis Vuitton, and in the size 20, that is definitely not going to fit. You can see that that pochette is longer than the 20 is. However, it's shorter than the size 26 Tabby, so let's see if it fits inside. With a little bit of wiggling, it does fit inside there. So that could be a good way to help organize one of your larger compartments. And that's the largest piece I was going to show. The second largest is my Sarah wallet from Louis Vuitton. This will check to see if a full-size wallet will fit in either of these. This is about the same length, so let's see if it fits. And it will not. It's just a little bit too long to fit in the front. And it definitely won't fit in the back compartment since that is smaller. But in the 26, this would easily fit. So you could definitely carry a full-size wallet in here. Let's see if you could carry it standing up. Yes, you could. Let's see if that would fit in the zippered compartment. Not so much. I'm having trouble getting the full-size wallet in there. But you could fit it with a little wiggling in the back pocket. Since that back compartment is tighter than the front compartment, it's always going to be a little bit more difficult to get things in and out of there. Now let's check on the mini pochette with the Tabby 20. That does easily fit in that front compartment. Not so easily in the back compartment. I'd really have to squish it and wiggle it. You can get it down there, but it's a much tighter fit. And since that fits in the smaller bag, of course it'll fit in this larger bag, but let's see how it fits standing up. So just like that, perfect. I have an Agenda PM from Louis Vuitton. I already know from my last video that that will fit in standing up, just like that. And then I can fit my zippy coin wallet from Louis Vuitton in there too. It almost fits right next to it, but not quite, so they have to overlap a little bit. But of course, in the size 26, they fit perfectly with lots of room to spare. And since all those things fit, these smaller things would fit. This is a sunglasses PM case from Louis Vuitton, the Louis Vuitton clay, which you could use for cards and other small things. And if you're curious about this piece, but you don't want to spend over $300 on it, at least to start until you know you like it, you can get one from Dress Up Your Purse. I will have them linked below, plus my discount code with them. And of course, you'd be able to fit a little card case in either of these bags. So I'm going to fill the 20 with a few things just to see what we can get in here and then how much more we can get in the 26. Okay, in the 20, I have my Agenda PM, my zippy coin in the front compartment. In the back compartment, I have my sunglasses PM standing up, and I have the Louis Vuitton clay. And then in the zippered compartment, it's hard to get in there, I have a hard to see too, I have a card holder. So that does fit quite a bit. That's a little more than I usually carry. But if I wanted to carry even more, the 26 is the way to go. In this front compartment, I have my, get it out, sunglasses case, and then under that I have the pochette accessoire. In the zippered divider, I have my zippy coin wallet. In the back compartment, I have the mini pochette and my Agenda PM. And in the slip pocket on the back wall, I have nothing, but I could slip in things like receipts and any other paperwork I might have. And you could definitely fit 8.5 by 11 paper in there, but fold it in half, or you could fit A5 paper. I would keep my phone in the back pocket of both of these. Oh my gosh, by the way, if you can believe it, for years now, since they were first released, when I have done these what fits and I've shown you if a phone fits, I've used my iPhone 10, the iPhone X. This week, Paul and I upgraded to the iPhone 16 and I got the teal color. Isn't it pretty? I love it. I'm so impressed with this phone. Having fun learning about that. All right, so that was everything in here. It closes easily. Of course, the weight will vary depending on what you put in it. I haven't found either of these bags heavy, empty. I tell you what, when I opened up this 26 today, the first thing I did was put it in the mirror and compare what these looked like on me. and I had a pretty instant reaction to which one I preferred. But doing these videos, as much as I love them, it can be a little bit of a curse because you get an idea in your head, you feel like you're sure about something before you film, and then you film and you're playing with the bags and doing all these things, and you fall in love with things that you thought you weren't in love with before. And it can be a little tricky and deceptive sometimes. Oh, by the way, one more thing as I'm holding them like this. I mentioned in the unboxing of this smaller bag that the bottom was squishy. At least one of you told me you didn't realize that, and that was really important to you, that you liked it better because of that. The 26 feels a little different. It is also squishy. You can squish it all the way, but it does feel like it has a little bit more structure in it than the 20 does. The 20, I don't feel any kind of structure like cardboard or something in the bottom, but with the 26 I do a little bit. That said, it is still squishy. The corners are a little less squishy. You can still squish them all the way, but they don't feel like they're just leather and textile. All right, speaking of mod shots, time to do that. So just holding the bags in front of me to give you another idea of the size of them, here they are. Both of the straps on these bags are removable, so theoretically you could hold this as a clutch. So that's how it would look with the size 20, holding it as a clutch. And then here's how it would look with the size 26, holding it as a clutch. And here they are next to each other, so you can see them side by side. Here's the size 20 on me with the crossbody strap set at the very shortest length. That looks like that. There you go. And here is the size 26 on me with the crossbody strap set at the shortest length. That hangs a little bit lower. I feel like the strap is about the same length, but being that the bag is bigger, it hangs lower. So there you go. And then here are both bags on the shortest crossbody length. So you can see that strap is about the same length, but the 26 hangs lower than the 20 because of the size. There they are together and from the sides. Now let's try the longest length. Here's the size 20 on the longest crossbody length. There you go. And the size 26 on the longest crossbody length. And here they are next to each other on the longest length. Again, the strap is the same length on both of them. Both would be easy to reach the bottom of, at least on me, on these longest lengths. I will say these straps are pretty generous in length. And then there's my favorite way to wear these bags, which is by the little strap with the woven leather chain. And that's because I think that chain is just so pretty. For me, I find it more comfortable to wear a bag crossbody, but I do love the look of these chains. So, so pretty. So that was the 20, here's the 26. This strap is longer and that feels more comfortable, where the bag isn't as high, it hangs a little lower on me. And I like that better for sure. So you can see here with them both on, the 26, the strap is just slightly longer, and to me that makes a lot of difference. So there they are from the front, and then again from the sides. I'm really liking the way this one fits on me better. And of course that is the opposite of what I was thinking earlier. I was really leaning toward the green in the smaller size, in large part because it's green, but also initially when I opened these and looked in the mirror, I thought the 26 was too big. Just like some of you told me, but now that I'm trying it on and doing all these things, I'm really loving the 26. And so now I have another dilemma. In the previous video where I unboxed this one, I told you I was really torn about whether or not I was gonna keep it. And I've been leaning toward keeping it, but I really wanted to compare it to the 26 first, hence today's video. And now I don't know what to do. Again, I think the 26 in the green would be the ideal bag for me, but I have strong doubts that they're ever gonna make that. So what do I do here? Do I pick or do I keep them both? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little soul searching here. Let me know your opinion in the comment section below. Oh, and let me know what you think of the background. And this is another way that I could do it, where I just have the two cabinets straight on. When I was sitting down earlier, you could only see the bottom two shelves, but now you can see the top. But is it too weird where it's just straight on? Because usually I film from an angle, but I also used to have 3 bookshelves, and now I just have these 2 set up like this, and I'm not going to do a third like I used to have. So I'm trying to figure it out. Let me know what your opinion on that is. That is my comparison of the Coach Times Square Tabby in the size 20 versus the size 26. I hope that was helpful for you. Remember, these are linked in the description box below, as well as anything else I mentioned in this video. Also, please remember to check out my website, autumnbeckman.com. The shop page there is where you can find all the things for sale. And thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.